light is breaking, painting shadows on the ground. The Sonoran Desert waking with a beauty so profound. Cacti stretch their arms, reaching for the dawn as the world begins to shimmer in the light of a brand new song. Oh, the sunrise in the desert, a masterpiece so bright, colors dancing on the horizon, chasing away the night, with the mountains standing tall and the sky a canvas white. In this moment of pure magic, I feel alive inside. Golden rays are spilling like honey on the land. Every hue a whisper from the universe so grand. Birds begin their chorus, serenaded in the day. In the heart of the Sonoran, I find my worries fade away. Oh, the sunrise in the desert, a masterpiece so bright, colors dancing on the horizon, chasing away the night, with the mountains standing tall and the sky a canvas white. In this moment of pure magic, I feel alive inside.
In the Arizona dawn, where the desert dreams, my drone takes flight on golden beams. The spring breeze whispers, gentle and clear, guiding my journey through the vast frontier. Up above, like an eagle soars, capturing wonders forevermore. Cacti and mesas from this bird's eye view, in colors vivid under skies so blue. Flying my drone on this fresh spring day, sunshine gilds the desert's endless play. In the open expanse where horizons unfurl, I'm soaring high like a bird in this vibrant world. The morning light dances on the sand, tracing the artistry of nature's hand. From towering cliffs to valleys below, every curve and shadow puts on a show. Glimpses of life in the desert so wide, captured and cherished on this aerial glide. The rustling spring leaves sway in the breeze, crafting a symphony among the trees. Flying my drone on this fresh spring day, sunshine gilds the desert's endless play. In the open expanse where horizons unfurl, I'm soaring high like a bird in this vibrant world. Each frame a moment, each shot a tale, in this tapestry where wonders prevail. The thrill of seeing the world anew, a journey of discovery in every view. As morning unfolds, its
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona, coming to you live from the Ironwood Forest National Monument. I'm enjoying my cup of coffee with my Roy and Becky travel cup. And I see they just popped in the chat, so looks like I made a good selection today. All right, let's see who we have here this morning. Sunshine and Storms is a recent subscriber. Watched one of my videos this morning and mentioned that they had never seen the desert before. So, welcome, welcome. Lucas is down here playing. Hawkins Family Adventures, stop by real quick. And Sandra does an AA meeting on her channel. Lucas has popped in here. He's all full of energy this morning. You feeling good this morning? Yeah, what are you doing? Are you playing with your ball? This is Lucas saying hello. Yeah. You've been outside playing, I know. Yeah. Now he's all jacked up and excited. All right. That's Lucas, everybody. Janice is here. Welcome, Janice. Good morning to you. It's early morning where Janice is in Australia. King's Gold is here. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Scrolling. There's Ivan. Last day of Monday. Happy last Monday of the year, right? Can you guys believe 2025 is almost over already? My gosh, Thursday is New Year's Eve. Step Van Dan is in the house. Welcome, welcome. And I think you're the first channel member, Dan. So welcome. Good to have you. Scrolling. There's Linda Barker saying hello. Welcome. She Devil Adventures is here, working and lurking. Hi, Tommy. Scrolling. All right, so 2025 is just about over. There's Lily. Lily's in the house. 2025 is almost over. 2026 is right around the corner. My gosh, I think as I get older, the time seems to fly a lot faster. What do you guys think? Prayers for Ava and my mom. They both have pneumonia. Yeah. Ava normally goes live on Monday mornings, and she's been down with what turned out to be pneumonia. So prayers for Ava and Lily's mom. There's Roy and Becky's Travel, another channel member in the house, enjoying a cup of coffee. Janice is wishing everybody a happy new year. For me, it's one more day. Awesome. You guys make New Year's resolutions? I don't really. I think about kind of how the last year went. Already 30 December here where Janice is. I think about what went right, what went wrong. And, we're retired, enjoying life out here in the desert. So we're not undergoing a lot of stress, work stress like a lot of you folks are. Of course, we have a lot of folks that are retired and on disability in the chat, but I try not to put myself in situations where it's high stress, whether it's dealing with people or situations. I just don't, I don't accept that because it's about me. I want to take care of myself and my wife and, of course, Lucas. That's my priority. So everything else I can walk away from pretty easily. Pretty hard to do when it's your family, but sometimes you have to. When the stuff starts to get piled up too high. Good morning. RG is here. Welcome. Christmas was fantastic. Thank you. for hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate that. And King's Gold, New York, I think I mentioned he popped in here this morning. Good to have him. Look at that. We got another channel member, CR Views, in the house. Welcome, welcome. Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. Yeah, did you guys have a good Christmas? We sure did. I mean, we put up our tree. We bought a new Christmas tree this year, which I shared on a post. And we found a sale just a week or 10 days before Christmas. And it turned out to be a really nice 6-foot tree. It has we've already taken it down, took everything down yesterday. It has the lights already in it, so you don't have to wrap lights in it. And then, of course, I put lights up on the front gate in front of the house, which the neighbors enjoy as they drive by. So we had the grandkids over for Christmas Day, and we unwrapped gifts and had spent the day together, had a nice meal, and it was a very good Christmas. King's Gold has never been to a desert. Well, when you think about the desert, Jonathan, is that correct? You think about sand and, dunes and desolate. The Sonoran Desert down here in Arizona is not like that. This is the view from the back of the house towards Ragged Top Mountain, which is that mountain right there. And you can see saguaro cactus. You can see a lot of creosote bushes. And the desert is actually pretty lush when you see it in the Sonoran part of the desert. Oh, look at that. CR Views got his Roy and Becky's travel cup too. Great minds think alike. And Lily says, good morning to Lucas. Oh, look at that. We got Box Fan D in the house. D was my very first member when I opened up membership on the channel. So you too can be a member for 99 cents a month and then help me to buy snacks for Lucas. He certainly enjoys his snacks. But thanks, Steve, for being a member. I have to go to Parker real soon. Yep, I understand everybody's busy, especially with the new year coming up. We're going to head out and do some shopping and get some stuff before it gets too crazy. Normal stuff, vegetables and things like that to carry us through the new year. We don't go out and party on New Year's Eve. We haven't done that in years because, used to be the thing to do. We used to go for parties, with friends. And I think a lot of you folks do that too, especially up in Quartzsite. You get together with friends, maybe around a campfire, and enjoy New Year's Eve and maybe on New Year's Day. But we don't do a whole lot of partying anymore. Not that we did in the past, but once in a while we would go to a get-together. No resolutions, Janice says, guaranteed to break them, right? Now, this last 2025, I decided to cut out sugar as much as I could. I mean, you can't get away from it completely. And I cut way back on gluten. So sugar and gluten helped me lose about 20 pounds. And I have mostly kept it off. Now, I put a few pounds on over Christmas because, we get cookies and things during Christmas. And of course, we eat all those goodies during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and a lot of the New Year coming up to New Year. So I put on 3 or 4 pounds, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I've kept the weight off. I was up to almost 250 pounds. I'm right around 220 I'd like to be around 215 is where I'm most comfortable. But I did notice a big difference in my health and losing weight. Of course, Lucas keeps us busy walking around the property and playing. And we have 129,000 acres out here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument where we can hike and walk. And so we drive out quite often. We'll go for a drive and we might walk up Ragged Top Trail, which goes up to the base of Ragged Top up there, and then see the view over the valley. So we live in a good place to stay active, and we don't have a lot of snow. So that's always good. My New Year's resolution is always the same. I resolve to reuse stuff I have and not buy new stuff, Linda says. That's a great one. So we do the same. I've got some things around the property that I have built out of repurposed. There's Lucas again. Repurposed materials. So get your face over here and say hi. And so we do the same. We try not to, to buy a bunch of junk. We buy what we need, not what we want necessarily. Are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. He just loves attention. We still haven't been able to get him used to other dogs. I went over to drop something at our daughter's yesterday. Lives about 10 miles away. So I thought, well, I'll take Lucas for a ride. We got over there and he barked at all the neighborhood dogs. And of course they barked back. So everybody's wondering what the heck's going on out there. He just doesn't care for other dogs. Lillian says, I don't make resolutions because I know I will fail at it. Just try to live better in the new year, right? So small incremental steps, maybe eat or drink more water. That's something I'm trying to do. Eat less sugar. I used to be a chocoholic. I mean, big time. I would eat, chocolate all day long. What did that do? Well, the chocolate, they say, is good for you, right? But it spiked my blood sugar. And the doctor said, you keep this up, I'm going to be putting you on medication. So the first thing I did was cut out the chocolate, the sugary chocolate. And I know they have 75%, 80% chocolate. But my problem is I have an addictive personality. And so if I really enjoy something, it's hard for me to stop eating it unless I cut it out completely. Now, I do still snack, I have chips and things like that, but I try to cut back as much as I can. I don't have enough self-discipline, right? One thing that I got and I showed you guys last week was, I did buy an Apple Watch, which I thought I would never do. But what this does is it watches my sleep pattern. And in the morning, it gives me a report on how well I slept. And my concern, especially being overweight, was having issues with breathing while I was sleeping. And I don't have any of that. And so I'm happy about that. And then it gives me a report on how I slept, how many times did I wake up, my REM sleep, my deep sleep, and that sort of thing. And it's pretty interesting to see it. It gives you a percentage score between 0 and 100%. Last night I got 90%, which is the best I've done on my sleep. I slept really good last night, and it confirmed it for me. I had a scare just after Christmas. House next door got robbed. Wow. That's scary. So, Janice, what do people over there have for protection? Because I understand they outlawed pew-pews over there. You can't have any pew-pews. There's Lee. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. They had my keys. Okay, so our neighbor had Janice's keys. I have theirs and mine went missing. Uh-oh. Not good. I guess you'll be on the alert for quite a while, huh? Hopefully they catch him, Janice. Not good at all. See over here, especially out here in the desert, everyone has pew-pews, at least most everyone. The ones that don't know the ones that do. And that, regardless of whether you like them or not, that basically helps prevent a lot of that stuff. I talked to a sheriff deputy in the local area here who said he was a longtime deputy. I think he spent 30 years as a sheriff deputy in California and around the country. Yeah, he told me, he said, when you call 911, where we live out here, you have to assume that law enforcement is going to be the cleanup crew, because by the time they get out here, it's going to be 20 minutes. And most of the time, whatever has occurred is already done and over with. And so you have to have something to keep yourself safe. Is it running away? Maybe running to Ragged Top Mountain, jumping in your car and driving out there if somebody tries to get in? Is it dealing with it with whatever you have? Is it a baseball bat or a pew-pew or, a knife or something like that? I mean, that's a personal decision, right? But once something like this happens, like to Janice, and your keys are missing, I guess it's time to rekey the house, huh? Joseph. That's right. Joseph. Kings, New York is Joseph. Were found today, thankfully. Was going to get a locksmith in. Would cost a fortune I didn't need right. Okay, so they did find the keys. That's good. So that's a relief. Fangirl Cheryl's here. Welcome, welcome. Never late, Cheryl. It's just good to have you. My keys were found under a pile of rubble that had been strewn around. Okay, so that was the people that broke in that basically threw stuff around. Ooh, that just ticks me off when that happens. We had across the road a few years ago now, somebody came in and grabbed a travel trailer off of our neighbor's property, cut the fence, and then drug it down the road. And it's just makes you so mad when somebody comes in and takes your stuff. It hasn't happened to us, and a lot of what I have cameras around the property in the back and around the front at the front gate. I have a camera on the UPS box, and I have signs up around the property that say camera in use 24/7, and it gives us a notification on our phone. So even when we're not home, we get a notification when somebody drives by or comes up to the gate. 7 locks. Yeah, that would have been pricey to get those changed. There's Sunshine and Storms. Welcome back. And Sunshine and Storms is a new subscriber to the channel. Welcome, welcome. And thanks for subscribing and watching my videos. And we're curious about where you're from and maybe if you want to share your name. There's Merton and Sue. Welcome, welcome. Another channel member in the house. Lucas insisted on dragging us outside early this morning. We were outside around 8 o'clock. It was still 48 degrees. A little cool for us. Let's see what we got here for weather today. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today? Nope, she's not listening. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today? Siri is taking Monday off. She's not woken up yet. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today? Siri's taking the day off, I guess, folks. I don't know why. I think we've got some rain moving in. I know that. I think on New Year's Day we're actually going to have a pretty good chance of rain. So we were talking, Cheryl, about New Year's coming up. 2025 is over and done with. 2026 is coming up. Now, I have a good gut feeling about 2026. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Of course, we're retired. We can avoid whatever we need to avoid and stay on our little paradise here. But, the retirement checks still come in regardless of what happens. We always have that. And hoping that maybe prices continue to go down on things that we buy. They've gone down the last couple of months. I bought gas yesterday for the Cherokee, and we're in the high $2 a gallon range here in southern Arizona. And I understand that gas prices are driven a lot by what we get from California. So you guys know the gas prices in California are pretty high. There's a pipeline coming, or at least, a supply route from California. I understand we get over 30% of our gasoline from California, and they're shutting down some of their production over there. So it'll be interesting to see how it affects our prices. Van City Adventures is here. Welcome, welcome. Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year. The last Monday of 2025. I've stayed in on New Year's for many years, Tim says. This year will be different because of the Roy and Becky's Community Clubhouse. Nice, nice. And it's nice to to have that available where everybody can gather, and then you can put a heater in there and stay warm. Typically, in the times that we were up there at Quartzsite spending time with you folks, we're around the campfire for a few hours, and then it's time to move on and head back to your rig. But because you have a nice community clubhouse, that's very cool. And that's good for morning coffee too, I think. You can get together and enjoy a morning coffee. And I understand they have a television and some technology in there. That's very cool. I'm looking for my mouse because I lost my mouse. I forgot to turn off Bluetooth on this laptop over here. And my mouse is over there, I guess. There we go. There's Cheryl saying hello. Snow? What is that? We very rarely have snow. Once in a while, I think a few years ago, we got a dusting of snow, and I ran out there with my drone and recorded it. It was pretty cool, but we don't want it too much. Dan will show you. We got a Facebook message from our niece who lives up in Wisconsin. And she said they have snow up there and now it's drifting. So let me see if I can show you this. Isn't that wild? It's a snowdrift there in front of their house. Luckily, they got their car out by the road, so they won't get snowed in there. But, we lived in Nebraska for 3 years, and we know what that's like. And that's mainly why we live out here. 290 down to 263, but Christmas gained 3 pounds. Goal is 220, but it takes lots of control and exercise. Very, very true. Very true. And I'm hoping I can just maintain. That's where I'm at. I'm around 220 right now, and I'm still a few pounds heavier than I'd like to be. I'd like to get down to 215 if I can, but if I can just hold where I'm at, I'm okay with that. Yeah, Clubhouse looks great. I did a live stream, a pop-up live stream, when we went to see the Christmas tree in Marana, and they showed it there in the clubhouse. Now, after the live stream, because it had all the Christmas music playing and everything, YouTube gave me a copyright strike. So I took that video down, but it was fun for the folks that got to watch it. Wow, thank you very much. CR View just gifted 5 Desert Adventures in Arizona memberships. Oh, appreciate that very much. Thank you, guys. Wow.
Awesome!
Well, it won't let me show that on the screen, but thank you very much, Tim. Appreciate it. D says, I make resolutions daily rather than yearly. Otherwise, I don't keep them. That's a very good point. So you get up in the morning, set yourself up for a positive day, right? That's what I try to do. Very good point, D. Very good point. Well said. Sunshine and Storms is eating chocolate right now. Ooh, very cool. It's meant to be gorged. I know. I find the older I get, I'll be 70 next year, and I have to be a little more careful about what I eat. You guys remember when you were young? Gee whiz, in my 20s and 30s, and even in my 40s, I could eat pretty much whatever I wanted. As I reached my 50s, my stomach started getting bigger. And then in my 60s, got a little bigger because I was doing a lot of business lunches and things like that, not eating the best while I was at work. And then when I retired in 2017, I got, a lot healthier. Started this a year ago, but November started again. I know it's a hard time of year to do that, especially around the holidays. So, what is the secret? Well, moderation, they say, right? For me, some things I cannot have in the house or in the RV because I don't control myself well. In fact, our neighbor across the road, sweet lady, name is Karen. She brought some goodies over to share with us. It was a bag of nuts, manila covered nuts that she bought at a local store. and they didn't last long. I was good. I looked at the bag for 2 or 3 days, and then once I opened it, that's all she wrote. I tried to pawn it off on the grandkids, and they ate some of it. It had milk in it, so Oki couldn't drink a lot or couldn't eat a lot of it, but she ate a few. But, yeah, that was a tough one for me. Nurse TLC is here. Welcome, Tanya. Good morning, good morning. Good to have you. And, I forgot to ask Cheryl if she's going live today. Normally, she goes live at noon on Mondays. Wishing Tanya a happy new year. Tanya and Derek, and Nurse TLC is Tanya's channel. She shares a lot of what she goes through, and basically happiest new year to you. Basically how she handles issues that she deals with, health issues and challenges. Caden and I are off to go camping in the snow later. Thank you, Daryl. Thanks for popping in, and happy new year to you guys. Camping in the snow. Not sure. I guess you stay warm, and I think Nomadic does that. Nomadic Camping does that. He does some camping in the snow, another channel member. But not for me. Not for me. No one was home at the time. Now, Janice is talking about the break-in at her neighbor's. Thank you, Tanya. You're good. You're good. It's the last week of 2025. That's right. Stay warm camping in the snow. No worries, Dee. Dee says a hello to everybody that she may have missed. And Dee's back in the quartzsite again. So she's going to warm this summer and spend some time at the camp, the laid back camp, enjoying reconnecting with folks there. And then Dee, I think I remember you saying that your park wasn't ready, your space wasn't ready. Have you moved in there yet, or are you still boondocking? Don't need guns here. You have to go through hoops to get a gun license. Yeah. No auto shot. Yeah. Yeah, they make it very difficult, which is basically, prevents people from getting them when they make it so difficult. Our son is a sheriff, Tanya says, and we live in a rural area. He thinks everyone should have a pew pew because they are right by the time someone gets there. It could be 20 minutes or more. Exactly. So you have to do what you can to prevent these things happening. And my thing is to put cameras up. So I got a sign on the front gate, and I've got a sign on the fence lines, and I got a sign at the back of the property that warns people that we have cameras, 24/7 cameras. And I think that's the biggest prevention, because I can see when people come to the gate. There's the front gate camera right there. That's the intersection. When people come up to the front gate, I can see that. Here we go. There's somebody driving by. That's our neighbor, Karen. She's heading towards town. What else do we have? I have one on the mailbox. There's right here. That's us walking by the UPS box this morning. We're walking around playing with Lucas. And yeah, we have our hoodies on, and it was cold out there this morning. So that's what we do. I even have one by the garage that records video of anybody trying to reach in or come into the garage area. And that's a solar panel on wheels there that I can move around. But that's how I prevent, and so far it's worked. The only thing that it wouldn't work for is if somebody is all, hyped up on drugs and don't care, basically. That's the biggest worry around here because there's a lot of drugs, a lot of drug use around here. Have Cheetah Will View is here. Welcome, welcome, Patrick. Patrick does interviews with people in the movie industry, and he does reviews on various movies and things. Always interesting to watch. Cheryl says it finally stopped snowing here, but it will be starting up again tomorrow. Around 0 all week. Now that's pretty cold. Hey Siri, are you awake yet?
Yes.
She's awake. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
Looks like it will be cloudy today.
Oh, cloudy, but 71. See, we were down to 46 this morning. 71 Fahrenheit. Hey Siri, convert 71 Fahrenheit to Celsius.
That would be 21.67 degrees Celsius.
What do you think of that, Cheryl? I know you're used to the cold weather. Hey Siri, thank you. I appreciate it very much. You have a great day.
No problem.
No problem, she says. 21 Celsius here. That's why we live here. We like being warm. What did Steve do to right. I don't think she was awake yet. She slept in today. Thank you, Tanya. If you folks think about it, give me a thumbs up. It definitely helps. Tommy says Siri takes every day off around here. My daughter refuses to even use it anymore. So that brings up another subject, you guys. AI. So you've seen the news and reports that they're building these data centers, and these data centers are basically big computer facilities to support AI. Where do you guys think AI is going? Is it a positive thing, or do you think it's a negative? Oki's not really AI oriented. She thinks that it can be bad. I have kind of mixed feelings on it. I know that if you go in to Google and you do a search, AI is taken over Google. So you can, let me see here. Let me bring up Google real quick and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to share screen and we'll go to a new tab. Here's Google. And I'll type in, is AI good or bad? So you get the AI overview right away. And of course, Google says AI is neither good or bad. It's a powerful tool, transformative, immense benefits. So they're using it for medicine and innovation, productivity. Healthcare is starting to use it. Safety, minimizes human errors in dangerous environments using AI. enhanced living. What's bad about it? Well, I heard that job displacement, and I agree with that. Automates many jobs, creating economic disruption. And I heard that Amazon is going more into AI, and that's not good. I think they're still going to have the deliveries to the houses. I'm not sure they can AI that, but as far as the warehouse jobs are concerned, they're going to incorporate more AI into that. Privacy and surveillance, concerns about data collection and monitoring. And one thing that, if you ever studied the Chinese society, everyone there, when they're born, is issued a card when they're born, and they carry that with them for their entire life. They've got to have this identification card everywhere they go, and they use facial recognition. They do all kinds of things over there in China. They're used to it because they've never had the freedom that we have in the US. And so most people just accept that as a way of life. But is that going to come to the US and to your country? Maybe. Accountability. Human skills may degrade certain human abilities, right? So a conclusion is a mixed bag. What do you guys think? I think there's positives. I think there's negatives to it. I think doing research, AI is a good thing because it goes out into the internet and it gathers information and then presents it to you. Now you still have to discern whether or not you think it's bull crap or whether it's good information, right? Patrick's saying, greetings, one and all. Oh, wow, Lily. Lily says gas is almost $4 a gallon here where she's at. Hopefully it goes down. Fangirl Cheryl has a good feeling too. She's positive about the year. Gas has finally gone down here a bit, but not much else. Ew, trying to put my son's bow and arrow together. Still 70 degrees there where Janice is. All right, so sunshine and storms, New York. Katina, main channel, New York gal, is that correct? Awesome. Well, welcome. There's Amanda. Amanda just chilling us here. Good morning. Hope you had a good Christmas. And here comes New Year, Amanda. What do you think? Is it going to be good or bad? I think the majority, okay, Lee, thanks for coming in. You have a good week too. I think the majority of folks have a positive outlook. I think it's healthy to have a positive outlook, and because you have a choice, right? You have a choice on how things affect you personally. I try to keep it in a positive frame of mind. It's two of our gas refineries are shutting down due to the regulations. It's going to get worse. Yeah, that's what's happening is they're shutting down refineries in California. They basically got regulated out of business. And that's the primary supply for California is the existing refineries. And so they're going to have to develop alternative sources of fuel, and that remains to be seen. Just like any situation that comes up, they'll get through it and they'll figure it out. But who has to pay? Well, usually. Katina, nice to know your name finally. Yes, very good. Yeah, we're hoping to get up to Quartzsite here soon. Get through the the new year, and then we're going to start talking about coming up there. I think we're going to come up after the crazy tent event is over with. So we're probably pushing into February, maybe the end of January, 1st of February. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, cold in New York. It's a high-tech tent for sure. That's very cool. And even low-tech people can come sit, right? Sit and enjoy the company. That's what I like. Joseph says it's 32 up there in New York. Yeah, Burr, huh? And Traveling Merton and Sue are from Massachusetts and spend the winters down here in Arizona and Quartzsite, and are also channel members. So one thing that Merton I started doing, I like how you do the intros on your videos. So Merton posts intros for their channel, and then he does like a sit down introduction. And the last video that I put together a couple days ago, I sat down and did that. And I like that ability to do it because you kind of introduce your video and then you explain, what you did, where you went, and that sort of thing. And it works really well for Merton. I think I'm going to adopt that as well on some of mine. Heading out to take Gracie to Blythe, going radio silent but listening. Well, Happy New Year to Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. You have a great day and drive safe. Positive temps, right, Joseph? Yeah, positive temps. And their CRV has been a member for 37 months. Appreciate the support very much. Thank you. So just shy of $4 for diesel and Q the other day. That's not too bad for diesel. There it is right there. Their CRView gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. Appreciate it. Getting too cold to ride a scooter. Yeah. I rode a motorcycle to work every day for years and until I got a company truck. And I rode when it got down to 30 in the 30s, then I stopped riding in the mornings. But I had the electric vest and all that I could plug in and stay warm, the electric gloves and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think Cheryl is shooting for coming down maybe next year. Looks like Amanda was gifted a membership. Welcome, Amanda. So it's a good time, I think, for me to do a members only video. I think I might do a walk around of our place here and share it with all the members, and all those that were gifted will get to see it too. Thank you, Lily. And Cheryl, did I miss, are you going live at noon? Hey, there he is. Nomadic Camping is here. Welcome, Woody. Hello to everybody. Hope you're doing well. Now, this is a guy that camps in the snow. I don't understand that, but it works for him. And he makes some pretty good content out of it too. So he even does some live streaming from his camp in the snow. And of course, he's a channel member. So thank you very much, Woody, for your support. Appreciate it. Our resolution is the same every year. Don't make any do. We don't break them. Oh, don't make any. And so we don't break them, right? I hear you. I've done pretty good this year improving my health, I think. And so my goal is to continue that and stay active, maybe visit some more friends this year. Change my daily routine, especially morning, and I notice a difference, right? So for me, the biggest difference is cutting out sugar. Now, I still have an addiction to soda. I drink a soda, every day or every other day. I was off of it for a long time, and I got re-addicted to it. Seems like I know soda is not good for you, but for sure, definitely getting off the sugar really helps. So do not. Darn autocorrect. Gotcha. We gotcha. Right. Patrick says Cheryl misses wrestling those polar bears. Cheryl's up there in cold country, and she was even up in the Arctic Circle area, and she shared some of those storms that came through. My gosh. Now, we lived in Nebraska and we lived in New Hampshire. We know what snow and cold weather's like. And I know that, you live where you live. And, but we had the chance when I got out of the military to come back to Arizona. And so we took it. So we had the military moved us back here. We bought a house in the old neighborhood, lived there for 8 years. And then we found this little piece of paradise, and then had a house built out here, a small house built back in 2004. And we've been out here 21 and a half years now. I took all our goodies to the VFW. Great idea. I used to take mine to work when we had too much stuff to eat. Those youngsters at work would eat whatever I brought in. Okay, so you're going live at noon. Fangirl Cheryl, we'll see you at noon then. Very cool. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, lemon water is really good for you. We planted a lemon tree a couple years ago, just a little one that we got from, I think we got it at Costco, and it's doing pretty good. Lemons typically don't do well here because it's too hot, but I think I found a good spot for the lemon tree that protects it from the west sun. So it's up against the fence, kind of in the corner in the RV parking area. And so far, it survived last summer and the summer before, and it's putting on new leaves and getting larger. So we might just have some lemons here this next spring. We'll have to see. Now, we also have Valencia orange trees. We have some what we call Mekong orange trees, which are the little ones. And we have a large grapefruit tree. I just absolutely love grapefruit. So those are coming on and will be edible here in a couple more weeks, I think. And running from the wolves, yeah. Snow belongs in a cup with a nice fruity flavor added to it. I agree, Roy. I agree. Very good point. Snow cone, right. I am pinned as always by Paddling. That's Patrick's cat. All right, so Dee's still in her box fan for a few more days. I imagine probably all that happens at the beginning of the month then. Cheryl says, I just started lemon water in the morning. I didn't realize the extent of the health benefits. Yep, for sure. And something else that helps a lot, vitamin C, right? You get a lot of vitamin C. And I have chosen not to take the vaccine, the flu vaccine. I had probably been 5 years since I had a flu vaccine. Seemed like every time I took the vaccine, I got sick. And that's another thing that's a personal choice, right? You decide whether or not you want to take the vaccine and whether it works for you. One thing that we do is we take vitamin D, we take other supplements, including C, and then niacin. So our grandkids came home with the bug like they always do. And then, of course, we're hanging out with them. And a few days later, I started to feel cold coming on. And so I took 2 niacin pills, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. As soon as I felt my head starting to clog up, you can start to feel it. I started taking niacin and it took care of it. As long as I stayed on it for 3 days, it knocked it right out. And I didn't catch the bug that was going on around, whatever it was. So you got to figure out what works for you, whether it's to take the vaccine or whether it's to use supplements. And we choose to do the supplements. And I haven't caught the flu in 5 years. And before, when I took the vaccine, seemed like every year I ended up with the flu. And they say, the doctors and the people who push the drugs say, well, you're getting older, you should take the vaccine. I think doing supplements what works for me, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. Yep, Woody's going camping in the snow New Year's Eve. All right, we'll be there. Thank you, Dee. You have a great day, and thanks for coming in, and Happy New Year to you, Dee. We're glad you're back with the crew in Quartzsite. Oh, I got a sneeze coming on. Yeah, he does. He makes a nice winter campsite. And he sets up his live, so it's pretty interesting to watch. So Woody says, stand your ground law saved a fellow from prosecution in a road rage incident here in Ohio. The man approached his car, he felt threatened, and he fired. Yep. That's the thing. What you have to decide, when do you stand your ground? When do you run? What do you do? That's not cold for here, Steve Sherrill says. That's sun tanning weather. And that's nice. I like to go sit on the back porch, when it hits 65 to 70. It's nice to sit out there and just soak up the sun. Negative and positive to vaccines. Not too enthused about AI. I like human creativity. Yeah, well said. I agree. AI, I think people may overuse it for content, right? And I think that using it for content is going to not help, because right now YouTube is flooded with AI content. And if you saw that first screen that popped up on my live, I had saguaro cactus with snow on them. That's AI generated. Very pretty, but you can see that it's, let me see if I can show it. Positive and negative, but it helps a lot with my brain fog and organization. And I think it's going to be used more and more for medical. Patrick says 25% of new YouTube channels are AI. And I've seen those. I've seen those channels where they say you can create a channel and get thousands of subscribers without ever showing your face, right? Now, the question is, will you watch them? It's a negative for workers. I agree, Tommy. They will lose jobs. I like the internet aspect of it, she says. It has gotten better with the information it provides. We use it at work sometimes. Yeah. Now, I wonder if students are using it a lot more to get the answers they need for school. Probably so. Hey, there he is. Traveler's Edge is here, another channel member. Nate saying hello. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. And we're enjoying the last week of 2025. Oh, okay. False information, Janice says, of AI. That's right. And so you have to decide, is it good information or not? I see AI posting questions in Facebook groups. Yeah, I agree, Janice. Oh, okay, so there's a positive right there. So getting a proper diagnosis after years of mystery, I can see that, especially if you're able to submit all of your what you're experiencing and feeling in your body, and then having it come back and give you ideas on where to proceed. Look how fast self-checkout took over, right? So self-checkout is part of the AI revolution, and I know even Lowe's and Home Depot is doing self-checkouts. I will only do that if I have one item or two items, but if there's a human being standing at a cash register, I know that person needs that job. And so I'm going to continue to use those people, even if I have to stand in line. I'm going to use those human beings that need those jobs and try to keep them going. Yeah, I'm not either. Again, if it's a long line at the checkout and I have one item or two items, I'll use the self checkouts, but that's about it. Yep, that's right, Patrick. Who benefits from misinformation, right? We all carry health cards here, free health care, Janice says. Nate says, I love AI for certain things, my work in banking. All right. Bias in historical data is a concern. And then tells someone is more or less creditworthy on biased data. Yeah, so you have to be careful with it. Definitely. 239 for gas. That's pretty good. What did Lucas get for Christmas? He got snacks, Patrick. He got snacks. We're trying to teach him how to open his packages, but he's not one of those dogs that likes to dig in and tear things up. He's never got into stuffed animals, and so he was not really into tearing that package open. He could smell that there was a snack in there, and so we had to kind of open it for him so he could pick it out. But that's what Lucas got. He got some snacks. 259 in the queue. That's great. All right. Well, I'm well over my hour. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Albania's new prime minister is AI, and its name is, wow. Albania's prime minister is AI, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did pretty well with that little short. Windstorm, yikes. All right, let me get down. I know I'm behind. Let's see here. Look at that. Crafty Trailer popped in. My son works at a Safeway and I won't go to the self-checkout. I agree. Smoky Mountain Bless popped in. I don't show my face a lot. It's not my comfort zone, but I take folks on walks and drives. Yep. I want to have a faceless channel. Jolly Matilda is here. Welcome, Tracy. But with my voice. Yeah. And I do that a lot. You know, you guys know that follow my channel. I do a lot of drone videos and I might go out and fly around. You'll never see my face. I've talked about and considered maybe doing some voiceovers. I don't have one of those voices that's really catching in my opinion. So I'm kind of torn on where to take that, but I do music using Sunu.com. So I just put music on my drone videos and fly and kind of try to make it relaxing. All right, folks, we're well over the hour. Thanks everyone for being here today. I'm going to go get some breakfast and I'll run a couple of videos on the way out. Let's see, which one should I run? Let me see, exit video, something nice. Oh, I forgot to run my membership video. I better run that one. Thank you, channel members, very much. Thanks, everyone, for coming in today. Hope you had a great Christmas and Happy New Year. And remember, like Fangirl Cheryl says, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. We'll see you next time.
Out there, you lift me up so high. The support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. Where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. moment.